Okay, now we're going to go ahead and hook the fusee chain back onto the fusee. So there's our blank space in there where our fusee chain will hook on. So I just need to get it into there and hooked. So it has to hook right into there, and my chain moves around, so I'm going to have to get a better grip on the tweezers and try it again. And we have success. It's hooked in there. My fusee chain is outside of the movement, and I'm going to need to take my tweezers and put it behind this pillar. It needs to go behind this pillar, and then the next place it'll attach will be on our mainspring barrel. So I'm going to take this movement out of the movement stand, take my tweezers, and pull that chain underneath and behind this particular pillar. As you can see now, our chain is behind the pillar, and now we need to hook the other side of the chain into this little hole here that's on the mainspring barrel. So we'll do that next. The one end of this chain is already hooked to the fusee, and I'm going to use my finger to take up the slack like you see here, and then the other end will be hooked onto the barrel. So this is the position and the way you want to be able to handle this. You can't do this in the movement stand. You need to go ahead and take it out of the stand, hold the movement in your fingers like this with the index finger extended holding out the chain. And you're going to need to create a little tension, otherwise things may get unhooked and slip out of place. So using your finger, you're going to have the tension taking up the slack, and so now we're ready to go ahead and hook on to the barrel. The other thing I wanted to mention is that once we have our chain hooked onto the barrel, then we're going to use our little pin vise on here, and we're going to turn the barrel and wind the chain up onto the barrel. So you need to have your pin vise ready to wind your barrel up like this. And we're just going to wind the chain right onto there. So I'm going to go ahead and advance it to our little hole. There's the hole right there. I'm going to advance the hole to the other side. And then I'm going to take my tweezers and hook this piece on here. And I'm hooked on. So now it's a matter of winding the barrel like so. And you want to wind on the top of the barrel, as you can see here. Here's the top. And you want to wind on the top, and then you'll wind as the chain wraps around the barrel, then it'll progressively go down the barrel. So you want to start where the chain winds at the top, like this. And wind it in. Let's take a backup look. One thing you do want to watch out for is you don't want the chain to slip. It can slip and go underneath the barrel, and if it does, then you're going to have to remove the barrel bridge to remove the chain to reattach it again. So that can be a kind of a hassle. So you got to be real careful to keep the tension with your index finger. And we're going across. Okay, that's the first wrap around. Here's the second. I see the chain slipping a little bit, so I'm going to move it up. There we go. Okay, we're going to wind it some more. And we're winding and we're winding, and we're almost there. I'm going to use my thumb to hold the chain on the barrel while I remove my index finger, because my index finger no longer can take the chain, but I don't want to lose the chain off my barrel. Okay, carefully keep winding. And there we have it. It's on there, but don't let go. Now on the side here, we've got our little ratchet. We're going to have to put a little bit of tension on the chain. So I'm going to turn. That'll keep it from slipping. Let's see, my pin vise is slipping. Alright, we've got some tension on there. I can feel it. So that's not going to come off now. That's on there pretty good. If I take a piece of pegwood here, I can press on it. I can feel the tension in the chain. So that chain's not going to come off. Now back to our mainspring barrel and our click. You want to be able to go ahead and wind this up maybe to the equivalent of a half a turn, because you're going to be maintaining tension on the chain at all times. So a half a turn will give you the tension that you need. I probably have done maybe a quarter turn, so I need to turn this more, another half, and then that'll be sufficient for the tension that we need on the barrel mainspring.